to all the parents of Divine Touch School students. Sorry, I have a very sore throat. Last couple of days I'm not well. So I'm very happy that all of you are here today to share our joy in celebrating the 9th anniversary. As we complete our 9th anniversary and enter into the 10th of our Divine Touch School. Speaking on annual day of our school always puts me in a fix, because one way I can see the students on either sides, they're all ready with costumes and very eager to present to all of you what they've been practicing for a couple of days now. And at the same time, this is only time in a year when we all congregate together and I get an opportunity to share with you all some of my thoughts or my latest reads or some experiences that I've gathered during my travels. So I try to keep it as brief as possible. A couple of years ago, myself and my husband, we were in Gujarat and we were visiting the Gir National Park. So we had an opportunity to see a lot of animals, and on one occasion when our vehicle was moving forward, we saw there was a lioness with few cubs, and she was trying to cross over, and on the other side of the road there is some gazelles, some deers, and this lioness, she was nudging her cubs to hunt the gazelles, to attack the deer. These cubs, the little ones, they were going forward and then coming back and going forward and coming back. They were reluctant because these deers were big size and they were afraid. But she kept on nudging them, and we were there for almost 1 hour, freezed, watching the whole show. And finally, she did compel them to attack those deers, and as expected, the deers fled away and the cubs couldn't do much about it. But what she was actually trying to do, I mean, she could have hunted herself, but what she was actually trying to do is to train her children in hunting. The critical survival skill for a lion or a lioness is hunting. And I thought in my mind that how the lioness has taken upon herself to teach the critical life surviving skills to her babies, and she has not outsourced it to other lionesses. And the human beings are the only species in this world who knows everything about rearing children, but they outsource it to others. Their whole thinking in the mind is that if I put my child in the best school and have the best teachers, it's their job, and they outsource it technically. And just a year ago, we were in Vrindavan, and Vrindavan is a rural village. We all know it's famous for Lord Shri Krishna and the monkeys. So we were there, 12 forests in Vrindavan, and we were in the car traveling. And at one place we stopped. There were lots of monkeys. So I rolled down the window pane of my car and I put out my hand and I put some peanuts on it. And the mother monkey, she came and climbed on the window pane, and she just picked up very gently. She held my hand, and with the other hand she picked up a peanut. Okay. And then she called for the other baby monkeys. So one by one, the baby monkey came on the top of the mother, picked up one peanut, got down. The second baby came, picked up one peanut. The third baby came, picked up one peanut. The fourth baby, when he picked up a peanut, and then he put out his hand to pick up another peanut. And you know what the mother monkey did? She slapped the baby because the baby was trying to pick a second peanut. And I thought that was beautiful. Even animals, right? They have taken it upon themselves to train their children in values. But as human beings, we outsource it. So what I realized on that day is If we want to teach values to our children, we can't outsource it. We have to do it ourselves. Even if we put them in the best of the schools, we have to create an atmosphere at our house, loving, blissful, happy, free of envy, greed, with positive outlook. Only then will the children grow and take up good values. Because children don't learn what we say, they observe what we do. Yeah. In my student life, I had read this book. I don't remember much of it, on Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. And I remember reading about him that how Charles Darwin was said, a very poor student. In fact, he was an under-average boy. And he was so poor at that his father had put him into a seminary to make him a priest. And even the priest said that he's not capable of becoming a priest, so you remove him from here. And then he was put back into the college. And then he was not a very good student. And on that day, the third day, when the HMS Beagles went on their voyage, on that ship, Charles Darwin's name was not there. He was not even among the big scientists or something. He was not even there in the list. But somehow the assistant of the captain falls sick. So they took Darwin as a substitute. So then he was there on the HMS Beagles. And then when he traveled around, seeing different islands and all, he was good in art. So he sketched whatever he saw, different organisms, different animals. And then by his sheer observance, he connected things and came out with this theory of evolution and adaptation. So it was sheer observance by which he came out with this controversial theory, I would say. Okay, but that's how, by observance. So people learn by observance, children learn by observance. So we have to be very careful what kind of atmosphere we create for the children to learn. If we are grateful, if we are happy, then children also pick it up from us. But the problem is, we ourselves are, in this rat race of the present day world, are so dissatisfied. What I've observed with the number of people that I interact and consult on a daily basis, people are not happy. For them, always the grass is greener on the other side. You see, they buy the latest phone, and then when they are home with the phone, just after a couple of days or months, they're already looking at some other phone, and they're unhappy with their phone. People select a school for their child, and just after a couple of months, they're already looking for some other school. And nitpicking on the present school, and that was better, this was better, that has better facility, this would have been better for me. And they're so ungrateful for what they already have. So I thought if they continue like this, then the children also pick it up. I've heard parents nitpicking on school or on a particular teacher, and they whine about it and they go on and on. It's more like a hobby to talk about it when they meet somebody in a party or a shopping complex or just about anywhere. Something like the daughter-in-laws do about mother-in-laws. The newly married ones have always something to talk about the mother-in-law, and the parents have always something to talk about the school. It's like a favorite hobby, just talk something about the school. But what they don't understand is that the children who are playing around you while you discuss things, they have all ears, and they listen, and they listen. And then that ungratefulness gets transmitted into them. And then just a couple of years after that, when your children are teenagers, they start asking you for things and gadgets, and then when you say you can't give or you can't, then they will show the same ungrateful attitude towards you. They will come out saying, oh, you didn't do nothing for me so far, so just because you didn't give something. So we have to be so careful what we are doing, talking, speaking. We have to be so careful. These are the small little things. Just a couple of months ago, I came across one very beautiful book I should share. It's called The Elephant Whisperer. It's by Anthony Lawrence and a co-author and Graham Spence, I don't remember. It's a very beautiful book. It's about this man, Anthony Lawrence, in South Africa. He's a environmentalist, or rather, conservationist. And what his main job is to protect animals. Even during the war in Iraq, he had rescued many animals. So a couple of years ago, he was asked to take care of a herd of elephants, which he was very reluctant because he said these elephants were wild and they would end up breaking his fence and his whole estate would be in a mess. So he was a little reluctant, but they said if you don't take care of these elephants, then they have no choice. So he reluctantly accepted, and as expected, these elephants were wild. They used to break up his fence and they used to cause all kinds of disturbance. It took a little time for him to tame them. Finally, he tamed the elephants, and after some time, he just released them in their natural habitat. Now, in 2012, when this man died, you won't believe it, you must hear this. When this man died, these elephants, 31 in number, from miles apart, intuitively they knew that this man has died, and from miles apart, around 12 hours, they were walking from different spaces, and they came to this man's estate the very next day that the man died, and they were there for 2 days and 2 nights without any food, mourning for this man out of gratitude because he had protected them a couple of years ago. And I thought it was really beautiful. Even animals have such gratitude. We are humans after all. So if we develop this attitude of gratitude and we share it with our children, because what we are teaching in the school, in the textbooks, I don't know how much that's going to help the kids in future. What they will need is these life skills of positive outlook, of feeling of gratitude, to be happy in little things, and all these we as parents have to give it to them. We as parents need to work on that. When we are grateful or happy for small little things, we'll transfer that to our kids also. They will also become happy with small things in life. So I thought it was, as parents, we need to put this in our kids' minds all the time. We should also express our gratitude to all the teachers in our children's life, right from their nursery to, because I'm sure with every teacher they are learning something, And I was reading this history of this one company. It's called Cromwell, Sullivan and Cromwell. You must have heard. This company, a couple of years ago, it was on the 163rd number of the medium-sized companies, and they were not doing well. They were going down. So then they hired somebody to make a research. Why was their company going down? And then they came up with a very interesting research saying that in their company, they were not using the golden words, please, sorry, thank you, sufficiently. And that's why the employers were unhappy, employers were unhappy. So they then started using these words, and behold, the company started going up. Sometimes we think, it's just very small thing, but small things do play a very big role. In the 1960s, there was one very famous basketball player. He was called John Wooden. He was a very famous basketball player, and he was a very famous coach. Now the specialty is, he used to train the basketball teams, but his training was so unique. When he trained these big basketball teams, for the starting 3 days, he never taught them anything about basketball. What he simply taught them was how to wear socks. And the big teams were like, we know how to wear socks. What's the big thing about it? And he said, no, these small things matter. If you don't know how to wear the socks properly, you will end up having blisters and then you can't play basketball properly. So he used to teach them how to wear socks. Sometimes we think these small things, but these small things matter. So when we deal with the teachers of our children, we have to be careful, we have to be grateful because they are doing a big job. See, today if I give you 10 stones to take care, it's very easy. After 1 year, if I tell you what happened to those 10 stones, you will say, that's all right, madam. They were just 10 dead stones. That's all right. Today, if I give you 10 machines to take care, you will have a little job because you'll have to grease them and take care. Today, if I give you 10 mice to take care, then you will get busy. You'll get busy. But if I give you 10 babies to take care, it's a big thing. Because the moment life comes in, the whole process of management becomes a little complicated. So now imagine there are teachers here who are dealing with your little ones, and so many in the number. So you can imagine what they are doing, the whole thing that they are going through. So I guess we need to give them some advantage and, you know, stop nitpicking on them, and we need to, support them in what they're doing. They're doing a big job. So I thought I'll just take this opportunity to drive this point home that all of us need to develop gratitudes in our heart, have positive thinking, be satisfied with whatever we have, and you can't have 100%, everything perfect. There will always be something lacking. If you have something good in this school, then you may not have this, so you may have this, and then you may not have that. But you can't have something which has everything, right? So we need to have a good positive outlook, and we need to transmit that to our kids. We need to be happy ourselves and transmit the same to our kids. I'll end it here, but since my point today was about gratitude, even I want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all of you parents sitting here, that you had a choice of big schools, big infrastructures, and big grounds, but you did pick my school over those big schools. So I'm humbled and I'm really happy. Whatever humble offering that I have for you, you are very heartfully accepting it, and I'm really thankful to all of you for the same, for investing your faith in me, and giving me the opportunity to, bring up your treasured little ones. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
सब कृष्णा 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 लगे सब कृष्ण